Hey.
All right. Welcome to Talkbox, the number one beatbox podcast. Today I'm joined by Brady and Eerwurm, and we're gonna I think we're gonna put together a prediction for the Loopstation category of GBB 2025. That sounds good, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So before we begin, I want to ask our new guests some questions, right? So, what got you into beatboxing? Who is your favorite beatboxers? And how long have you been beatboxing / looping?
So I'm a little forgetful. So what are the questions again?
Okay.
One more
so what got you into beatboxing / looping? Who are your favorite beatboxers? And how long have you been beatboxing / looping? And it can be your favorite loopers too, actually.
All right. So this is a pretty crazy story. So you know how cats, they meow really weird. And I guess their meows, they don't sound like some normal sound. And I got really good at mimicking my other cat. He had a very raspy meow. I got really good at mimicking the sound. And so 12-year-old me was like, what else can I do with my vocal cords and my voice? And I seen a video of Mr. Wobbles. He was beatboxing with Jesus on VR chat. And so after seeing that video, I was like, wow, this is really cool. I think I actually want to do this. And then ever since then, I have just been nonstop practicing solo beatboxing for ages. Up until a year ago, where I got a loop station. I still suck dookie butt at loop, but I'm getting better and better each day, so I can't complain. So that leads me on to my favorite beatboxer. It's got to be Mr. Wobbles because, as the first beatboxer I've ever seen, and I love his typical drop, and I love everything he does. So
that's a really unique answer. I really like when people have unique answers. People are like, oh yeah, codfish, my favorite, and it's like, no, bro, Mr. Waffles. I said waffles.
That's my favorite beatboxer.
Yeah. Mr. Wobbles. Yeah, that's a really good answer, actually. And bro, you made me think about that. I got my loop station almost a year ago, and I don't know how to loop at all, bro. And so how long have you been beatboxing then?
I've been beatboxing for close to about 3 years and 7 months now. Because I started December.
That's like the same as me then. And you're better than me, so crap.
Well, let's not say that, okay?
So my story is a lot more basic than Brady's. I stumbled upon this channel. You might know his name. This guy named Verbal Ace.
Is this a second Verbal Ace story of the channel? Let's go.
I was the cartoon beatbox battles. Heavily,
Please say Thanos.
It was just really the whole thing in general. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And so then one day I was just fiddling around in my room, and then I went, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the Verbal Ace snare. I did the thing. And then I started doing beatbox. I started beatboxing. I started copying Verbal Ace's shit. That was literally all I would do is I would walk through, I walk my dog every day. And so I would walk the streets with my MP3 player and my headphones, and I would listen to all of the cartoon beatbox battle solos, and I would just beatbox them. Then how I got into this beatboxing was that my best friend Simon introduced, because I met him at my high school, and I was beatboxing for everyone in the cafeteria because I thought I was so cool. And I met my friend Simon, and everyone was like, Eli, you have to beatbox for the new kid. And I was like, fine. So I beatboxed for him, and he thought it was cool. Then I went over to his house one time, and then he showed me King Inertia versus Helium. That was my first ever beatbox video besides Verbal Ace. And then that blew my mind. And then he showed me Den, and then it branched off from there. And now here I am 6 years later.
That's awesome.
I've been beatboxing for 6 years. My favorite beatboxers, top 3, are Zeka, Osis, and Aboace. Those are my top 3. And then
nice.
That's valid. That's valid.
And then for loopers, it's probably Josh O, Bizkit, and Saijo are probably my top 3 favorite loopers.
Fair. And so
it's coolest, bro.
Yeah, that was also the verbally stuff is also what got me into beatboxing. And for like the first few months of beatboxing, I was just and like, and then I saw like Collapse versus River, and I was like, oh, okay, real stuff now. Anyway, so
real stuff.
so shall we get into the discussion? I guess let's just go through the list of the qualified Loopstation people. Now, before we do this, guys, I know nothing about loopers.
It sounds like from our discussion before this episode that I am the one who knows the most about looping out of the three of us.
Yeah.
Also, the only one who said he had a favorite looper. I now realize I didn't even say I had a favorite looper.
Oh yeah. Who's your favorite looper, Brady?
I don't have one. Hey, if I had to pick, it'd be 808 Banon. I just like his stuff.
That's fair. That's a fair pick.
I like Martin Benatti. I really like the stuff I've seen from him. Anyway, yeah. So we're not experts here, except for maybe Eerwurm. We're about to find out.
I'm not an expert, but I know more than you guys do. It sounds
okay.
Like.
So to start with, there are. In fact, Eerwurm, do you want to take us through the list?
Sure, I can take you guys through the list. So first up, we have the previous GBB Loopstation Champion from Belgium, the one, the only, Mr. Yasweed. Yeah. And then after Yasweed, on the list on GBB on the Beatbox Wiki, it says next is the Beat City Champion 2025 Loopstation Champ, Mahiro from Japan.
I've heard a lot about this guy.
This guy's not on my list.
He was just announced to be qualified for GBB last week. But yeah, him and at the GBB, or not the GBB, at the Beat City, there was a very iconic battle between Duncan and Leonard, where Duncan did a remix of the Peppa Pig theme song.
Insane. I want to see this sometime.
And then apparently they said, Swiss Beatbox also said that Mahiro, though he's in the Loopstation category, he's not using a loop. He's using like some other like machine that doesn't even look like it can record any loops at all. But
really?
I don't know. I forgot. Wait. I have to look back at the Instagram posts of what exactly the machine was called.
I'm searching this up right now.
It looked like it was just like a synthesizer.
Wait, who? This was on Swiss Beatbox's Instagram?
This was on the SBX Instagram, where when they released that Mahiro was going to be in the GBB.
I'm looking this up. That sounds insane.
Yeah, hold on. Like a synthesizer?
Fatty Muffins, put a picture of the thing up.
Yeah, Fatty, that's... Put it
right here.
Over where he's pointing, like right there.
Right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
It said when they first made the announcement that Mahiro was going to be at GBB, it said that he wasn't going to he chose to use some other device.
Yeah, what would the rules be against that?
It was the Boss Psy 1000, which is a guitar synthesizer.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Does it even loop?
I don't know. I mean, it has loop banks. It has loop things on it. Like they're like buttons, not like the Loopstation buttons. They're just they look like just silver buttons.
Okay, that's crazy.
Anyway, moving on from Mahiro, we have the first wild card winner of this of the 2025 GBB Loopstation wildcards, Nils from Spain. His wild card was very interesting. I watched it, and I honestly, hot take, I don't agree with him being first. But
I don't either.
Do we want to dive deeper?
Yes, please. Let's please dive deeper into that.
All right. Why do we think?
Have you seen this wild card?
I actually have seen this wild card.
Okay.
Should we watch it again for old times, just so it's fresh in our minds?
I just watched it like 5 minutes ago, so I don't know if I need to watch it.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the whole thing.
So Nils' wild card was it was like a mischievous beat, bro, because it was really gentle, and the percussion was like, I have a feeling that's why it got first, was because of like the way that the percussion was laid out and the way that it sounded and contrasted with his bass line and everything else. I thought personally that he had a kind of similar melody and bass line, like the effects that he used, kind of similar to 808 Banan, because the things that he used sounded pretty similar to what Banan does, and it was the same techniques as well. But his percussion was like really soft yet pungent, bro, because like it hit but it didn't hit.
Well, actually, okay, for all of us non-looper dummy solo monkey caveman beatboxers out there, how did they like score Loopstation? Like, how was that judged?
There's a lot. There are a few categories. I know one of them, obviously, which is the same for solo, is originality. How original is your beat? Is it a cover? If is it not a cover? Is it inspired by something, but you put your own personal spin? Basically, how much it sounds like you and not something else.
Okay.
And then I think something that I hear a lot of people, like I've been watching the KBB like videos as they come up, and like the judges give their thoughts afterwards, and they always comment about the mixing of the track. So if your bass and your melodies overpower your drums, if your vocals are too loud, then they'll dock points for that. Besides that, honestly, I don't really know because I'm not a Loopstation judge, so I've never had to think about that. Also, just like personal preference, how much you enjoyed the track, how well everything flowed together, like the storytelling of your track, all of that.
Okay, I see. This guy, he's in the Loopstation category. Cool. He got first place wild card.
I don't know if I agree with first, but
like
I don't think
so. Congrats to him.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, you.
Anyway, that's Nils.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the whole thing. I got bored and wanted to watch solo beatbox instead.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
So next was really experimental.
It was cool. It was like it was really cool, but I feel like, I mean, I guess it's like we've said, looping and judging and beatboxing and all of it as a concept in general is purely subjective. Everyone's going to have their own different opinions. So some people might think that it deserves first place. However, here on the Talkbox podcast, we think that Nils doesn't deserve first place.
No.
Sorry, Nils. We love you and we think you're really cool, but not first place in our hearts. Sorry. Anyway, moving on from Nils. Second place, wild card winner, returning after, I'm pretty sure, being drafted to be in the military.
Mm-hmm.
We have the South Korean legend of Dice.
I love Dice.
I love
Dice is really cool.
Dice is great.
I think Dice's style is so unique and cool, and I think I'm excited to see what he does and to see if he gets robbed again.
One Loopstation video that I do really like and come back to sometimes is his. I think it's the code.
Yeah,
you guys know that one.
Yeah,
that one's pretty cool.
That's an older routine of his, but it's pretty cool.
And then also recently he's been doing some solo stuff on Instagram,
which is so cool. I just discovered that a few days ago, and I was like, holy crap, this is awesome.
I would kill for his percussion, bro. It sounds so good.
It's so cool.
That's what loopers got the greatest percussion ever, bro. They always do. Always do.
Take it from a looper.
Yeah.
You do.
Dice's wild card, his GBB wild card, I felt like that definitely should have got first because it was basically the complete opposite of what Nils had done. And this is why beatboxing is subjective, because they were two opposites, polar opposites, but they got first and second instead of like first and sixth. Dice had a really vibey, at the beginning of it, like the first minute, he focused more on, his wild card is literally named Space to Reality. And the first minute of his wild card was a very spacey vibe. And it was like, the synths just like led into you and allowed you to enjoy the beat. And then all of a sudden he broke it down. Like I felt like he broke it down in a really mannered way. It wasn't too soon. It wasn't too quick, but it also didn't take too long. He broke it down and switched into a more vocal spot for about 16 seconds. And then he just shoved uniqueness at your face. These are bass lines I don't think I've ever heard anybody do before in a wild card before. I mean, for Dice to be gone for that long and then come back like that blew me away because he's been gone for a little bit now.
Interesting.
Dice never fails to please the ear
Yeah,
with his loops.
I did also see that wild card a while ago. I think someone told me to watch Nils and Dice, and I did like Dice's better, I'll say.
Okay, next we're gonna skip around a little bit here because originally the third place wildcard winner for GBB 25 was none other than my favorite looper, Josh O from America. But for some personal reasons or something, Josh O had to drop out from the competition, sadly, which I'm pretty sure from the way that he introed his wildcard, it made it sound like this was going to be his last GBB. So the fact that he had to drop out is really sad. But he has been replaced by the sixth wildcard winner, also from Japan, whose name is Juno. Now, I personally don't know if I watched this wild card.
I didn't.
So
never heard.
We don't really have. We don't really have much. We don't have much to say about if you're. Juno, if you happen to be watching this wild card, if you could, not wild card, this episode, and you can then
Talkbox podcast is our crew wild card
for the GBB. Yes, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, Juno, if you happen to be watching this, we're really sorry.
Yeah,
we didn't watch your wild card.
You're the goat, though.
You're if you made it into GBB, you must be pretty good.
Yes.
So, next up we have my third favorite looper, which is Saijo from Germany, the fourth wildcard winner with a phenomenal wildcard, probably my favorite routine of his ever, Raindrops. I love Raindrops. It is so, the way it's built is so cool. It's so flawless. The drop is so awesome. The key change for the final drop and the tempo speed up, it's all amazing and perfect and chef's kiss. And honestly, I think Saijo should have gotten first.
The bass line he had on his first drop was
so nasty, dude.
It was nasty, bro.
This is the wild card that I can say the most about because this is the one that I've listened to the most because it is so good. I love this wild card. Also worth mentioning, if I click on Saijo's page and I scroll down, Saijo was third place in the producer category for GBB last year and was fourth place in the Loopstation category of last year, losing to I believe Rage in the small finals.
Cool. So again, for the solo cavemen out there, what's the difference between producer and loop?
Producer is, well, I mean, last year it was a lot different than it is this year for producer. Last year, producer was Loopstation, and then basically, well, actually, it didn't even have to be Loopstation. The finals of the producer category were two guys using laptops. So
crazy.
It was KBA versus Antrix, and they were both using laptops and some loop thing on their laptops. But so it's basically just anyway, as long as it's vocally sourced, then you can use whatever you want in the producer category.
Interesting.
Loopstation last year was that you could use a Mark 1 or Mark 2 and then a Launchpad as your second device. Now Rage came in and then he did so well that GBB, then Swiss Beatbox were like, actually, nope, we're done. No Launchpad. Now it's just Mark 1 or Mark 2, and that's it. Or, I guess, if you're Mahito, you can use a Psy 1000 guitar synthesizer.
It's insane.
Okay, then.
It's insane.
But this year producer is very different from last year producer. Last year's producer, I'm pretty sure it was top 4 wild cards made it in. This year, it was only top 2. So it's just going to be
tight.
It's just going to be one battle, and that's it.
Dang.
Wow. That just one. That's it. Wow.
One singular battle. Dude.
I've said wow.
Wait, no. It could be the first and second place from last year is going to come, and it's going to be 2 battles.
No.
No,
At least not on. I don't think so because they would have said that the SBX would have announced that, and then that would be on Beatbox Wiki, but it's not.
That's true.
So,
that's crazy.
Up next, TNK will be excited about this one. 5th place wildcard winner from France, Martin Benatti, who has been popping off a lot lately. He's been going absolutely crazy. I'd say the last year for him has been a complete breakout into the spotlight. He won NUE last year, And then this year he was the French champion and he won Vocal Total. And apparently he got second place in a solo category at some underground beatbox battle. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, I thought when I listened to Martin's wildcard, I thought it was very, very interesting. I don't know if you watched it, Brady or TNK, and if you guys can comment on it.
That's the
But
one
I
didn't
thought
I
it
think
was
I
a
did
little,
watch it like a while ago, and I forget all of it.
It was
TNK
like-
hasn't
it
watched
was-
There's an
I know
issue
his
here.
kind of stuff. Oh my
I
god,
remember
why is
it-
it so dark in my room? Oh my,
I was looking. I was wondering.
hold on,
why.
it just
my
slowly kept getting
camera
more
fell
dark.
over.
More
I'm gonna go
dark.
turn on the light. God.
Okay.
I was watching his exposure like go like do this right here like ever so often because he started
anyway.
out like this and then it just slowly
Slowly
and
got
slowly.
worse. That's so funny. But yeah, all I really remember about Martin's wild card was that the drop had a drum pattern of like or something like that, like some like
W
kind of.
audio suppression. W
Yeah.
audio suppression.
Hold on, let me fix that real quick. Actually, where is that?
All I heard was
Turn.
I think his wildcard had a beat like
Okay, is this? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, like some kind of like reggaeton ish style.
oh yeah, it's like it's like it has a sort of specific thing. Is it
Yeah.
yeah, it's reggaeton. Never mind.
It's kind of reggaeton. It's like reggaeton-ish. But yeah, that is Martin Bernardi. I'm excited. Everyone is hyping this guy up so much, and I've heard a lot of people say that they think that Martin Bernardi is gonna underdog Story up to first place in GBB this year. So
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But our final competitor at the GBB Loop Station, another person who had to replace somebody who dropped, the absolute GOAT from India, Rage, the GBB 2024 third place, dropped for personal reasons, a lot of stress of like trying to focus on like work and schoolwork and things, I think. But he got replaced by the GBB 2023 Loop Station competitor, Mirsa from France.
Misa, cool.
Don't make
And
a
then
fucking
I also
noise.
know that Matej got runner-up again last year, and it looks like he also dropped, but I guess he didn't get replaced by anyone. So I don't know. But that is our GBB 2025 Loop Station top 8.
All right, so now let's make our GBB 2025 Loop Station top. Wait, how many pass elims? How does it work?
It's just that they already have the battles. They already have the battle seated.
Oh,
yeah, I think
okay.
it's 6. Yeah, I think it's 6 the 6 wild card winners and then the 2 pre-qualifiers.
Yeah,
And
that's
they do
that's
that. They do
they
it
just
like that.
they figure it out. So already the battles have been decided, and the battles are, when I find the bracket, here we go. It is because it's normal seeding of first versus eighth, second versus seventh.
I'm losing
so on and
all
so forth.
credibility with this episode, guys. Oh my.
It's okay. It's okay. But the battles are as follows. The first battle is Yasweed versus Mirsa. The second battle is Dice versus Saijo, which is crazy, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's in quarters?
In quarterfinals.
Wow.
Phew.
The third battle is Nils versus Martin Banati. And then the final battle of the quarterfinals is the 2 Japanese competitors, Mahiro and Juno.
That's gonna be another.
Sick.
pretty
Okay,
decent
so
battle.
let's start from the top, and let's just predict the bracket. Who's our champion? You know.
Yeah.
So, what was that first battle again?
Yasweed versus Mirsa.
That's
okay.
also gonna be a pretty decent battle. Sure.
So,
Okay, so here's something. So Yasweed also is a competitor in the kickback battle of this year, along with some other great loopers. And he went for his seeding round. He said that because he recorded his seeding battle, like he did like a whole thing where he recorded it live. He made it and recorded it live on stream. And literally, if you watch his seeding round on SBX for the kickback battle, it's literally a live stream clip of him performing his seeding round. But he said in that live stream, because somebody asked him like how prepared is he for GBB, and he said, I have no rounds prepared for GBB.
I've actually seen that clip.
And GBB is next month. Or no, 2 months from now. No, it is next month.
It's November.
It is November? I thought
it's November 1st.
It's Halloween weekend. October 31st through November 2nd.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
all I know is that it's not on my birthday this year.
I'm not going to throw Yasweed behind just because of that. Because if we know anything about Yasweed, he is a cocky MF, bro. That man is cocky.
Yes.
So what I think, this could go two ways, all right? He's so confident. This could lead to him doing stuff on stage that could easily win him this battle just from battle moments. However, if he's that unprepared, if he's like literally 2 months away and then the day of the event he's still like only got a few routines, I could see him getting past Mursa just this round. I don't know about winning the whole event, but for just Mursa versus Yasweed, I do believe Yasweed. I don't know, because I've never heard Mursa loop, so I don't want to like make a biased judge here. But according to the name of his routine, his seeding routine, it was called Murder in all caps. I would assume that Mursa does some pretty hard stuff. Then I could look at that routine later.
I know that his showing last year was during when he was in GBB 23 and his quarterfinal battle was against Bizkit. That he did a performance where the lyrics of the routine were, "Bizkit, you're not gonna win."
I remember. I've actually seen this. Yeah.
And then Bizkit makes an entire diss track about Mirza and completely slaughters him. So I think that Bizkit and Yasweed have similar looping like styles in a way, and I think that Yasweed will also prepare some crazy diss track about Mirza and blow him out of the water. So I also think that Yasweed goes on to the quarterfinal, so the semifinals.
From my limited perspective,
the quarterfinals.
I also say Yasweed. So,
all right, so it's unanimous vote for Yasweed to go to the
here
semifinals.
On Talkbox, we think Yasweed moves on here.
So next battle, which is probably going to be the craziest battle of the quarterfinals, is Dice versus Saijo.
How does that even happen?
I have nothing
That's
to
the
say.
best battle of the event in the quarters, in my opinion.
Unfortunate seeding. That's what it is.
That's very unfortunate seeding.
So I don't know, because I think Dice has been locked up in the quarters, like the famous line by French looper Brez. So I think, do we think this year will be a breakout for him? Do we think he will move on, or do we think that he will yet again be outshone by Saijo?
We're talking about Dice, who's been locked in the corners, as you said. He did go off to the military, and he came back. So he's had a little bit of a time to recalibrate his mind, get a few new ideas to pump through. However, we're talking about Saijo. Saijo is very, very comfortable with being in front of a crowd on stage and is comfortable with winning events. He's comfortable with all of this, and he's comfortable with making decisions on the fly. We've seen him make mistakes on stage and immediately fix them by adding something or removing something, and the beat still sounded crazy. So we know Saijo is honestly a much better stage beatboxer, looper. He's a much better stage looper than Dice is right now.
It's actually funny that it's actually funny that you say that about Saijo, because in GBB 23, or not GBB 23, GBB 24, in his battle against, actually was his battle, I think his semifinal was actually against Rage. He mistimed his round, and so he built up this whole he was building up for a second drop within like the last 10 seconds of his routine. And then it was 10 seconds of his allotted time. And so then there was a whole conversation with him and Kristoff where he said that he mistimed it and blah, 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 blah. And that is what led to Saijo losing his battle. I think this is going to be a very, very close battle. Like you said, probably will be the best battle of the event. But I think my vote here will go to Saijo.
I can't decide. I'm 50-50. That's my vote is 50-50.
My opinion might change when I watch the battle on the live stream because I plan to catch all of the live streams. So my opinion might change when I watch the battle. But as of right now, I think that Saijo could outperform Dice. That's just me.
I'm giving 50-50. Something in my heart is telling me that this is Dice's breakthrough moment, but
okay.
Well, so the problem is, like, I couldn't tell you a single Saijo thing, honestly.
It's okay.
Like,
all credibility out the window.
Yeah.
Do we need to?
Bro, for solo, I'm so locked in, guys. Okay. Like, but Loop, I don't know.
Do we need to watch Saijo's wild card to give you an idea of what we're working with here?
We might need to watch Saijo's wild card.
I'm so down.
All right, let me get it up.
Yo guys, this is Saijo. And this is
Hi, Saijo.
Hi, Saijo.
Hello, Saijo.
Loopstation Champion.
Already, bro.
Pac-Man.
He's so good at harmony building.
Oh, that's nice.
Raindrops in the mountains, whispers in your ear.
Yeah, I thought Saijo was a different person.
Man, the composing here is just so good.
Raindrops that keep falling, time's just passing by. Whispers they are calling my name till the day that I die.
This is making me want to loop, bro.
Just calling me. Raindrops.
This is so cool.
Oh, the tremolo.
Raindrops in the mountains, whispers that call your name. They call up your name.
And he speeds it up.
Ah, dude, that bass line.
Anyway,
that was really cool. After watching that,
Mm.
I kind of, and with knowing Earworm's opinion too, I think we just have to give it to Saijo for this one.
Woo. Okay, cool. So that means
Just
that,
barely.
which we'll get to that later. Anyway, the next quarterfinal which this is the one that I'll probably actually no, the next one I'll have the least information about. But this next quarterfinal is Nils versus Martin Benatti. I don't
off
really
of
know.
what I know, Martin Benatti is what I'm thinking.
I would
don't know.
probably agree.
If Nils done a very so for solo caveman, you know how some people do beats during wild cards to appeal to the judges, to the scorecard better, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Nils's loop wild card did the same thing that one of those beats in solo would do. It appealed to the scorecard, even though it might not have sounded too crazy. It looked really good on the scorecard. Thing is, on stage and in battles, the scorecard isn't as important because the judges use their own judging criteria on stage. In live, they're not set to one specific criteria. It's just, do you vote for red or do you vote for blue? Each judge has their own method of judging these battles. So I don't know if Nils is going to have that much of an impact on stage as Martin can. So I think giving it to Martin here that's probably the smarter choice and the better choice in my opinion.
Especially since I'm pretty sure that Martin has much more experience in a live setting than Nils does. I would think that Martin would know more of what to do in a live setting, especially at a setting as big as GBB.
Yes.
So thinking that now my vote is 100% to Martin over Nils.
All right, so there we go then.
All right, and then that means that the final quarterfinal is the two Japanese competitors of Mahito versus Juno.
This might either be the biggest fumble of a battle to exist or might be one of the best battles of this event. Due to Mahito and his Psy 1000.
That's true, actually. I didn't even think of that. That's true. Depends on what this guy is cooking up without a loop station.
Actually, GH Unhinged should have made it in. It's the only loop wild card he watched.
That's true. I really liked Unhinged wildcard. I've met Unhinged. I've seen him perform live. I think Unhinged is in KBB right now competing for a spot at the next GBB, and he actually just beat Red Frost. So we'll see.
Pretty cool.
We'll see if he makes it to GBB 26.
Is that the guy that's just horsing around?
That is the guy who's just horsing around. Indeed.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's my champion. All right. Anyway, so my hero versus Juno. Are we saying Mahiro? Was it?
I mean, I don't know anymore because usually my hero would be using a Mark II and the story would be very different. But if he's using a Psy 1000, I have no clue what the hell you can do on that. So
I mean,
is he using a Psy 1000?
Yes. Well, maybe.
That's what it originally said when they posted it, but it's been edited since then. So maybe he changed his mind and he's going back to Mark II. I think that
since we can't find that information now, we kind of have to
assume
maybe
that he's using a Mark II.
Yeah. Or assume that like it won't matter for him, at least. You know.
We'll say this. As a collective, I think we can agree that if Mahito is using a loop, he's probably the one who takes this battle.
Is that goldfish?
Yeah.
It looked like milk. I thought Bros was drinking milk straight out of the carton.
I was like, what is that orange milk?
Anyway.
Anyway.
I was like, either this guy's a dwarf or that's the biggest milk carton I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nah, I got some snacks.
Let's W snacks
Anyway.
too. I need me some goldfish. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, so I think we all agree then if Mahito is using the Mark II, he takes this battle by a landslide.
Not even a debate. Watch us
Yeah.
say this,
Yeah.
and then Juno goes out there and drops the hardest routine of all loop.
Yeah, we're gonna be like,
Yeah, guys, this is just a prediction.
We'll just eat our words.
Disclaimer: this is our opinion. Do not flame us in the comments if you disagree.
No,
This is
flame us in
purely-
the comments. That's gonna get us more like interaction on the video. It's gonna yeah.
Please
Tell
flame
us
us in
we
the
suck.
comments for clout.
And
Yeah,
bro, we
tell us
always forget to
we're
say.
awful at predicting.
I always forget to say like and subscribe and stuff. I
Hey,
don't
guys.
care, bro. Just watch the video.
YouTube statistics show that 90% of you are not subscribed.
I
Please
actually
subscribe.
don't know what the number is, but like probably.
I'm gonna say this right now as a guest on this podcast. This is the best podcast since Beatbox Bros because Beatbox Bros died. So this is
Yeah,
if
we're
you
not
want-
gonna piss off Swiss Beatbox this time.
If you want
Yeah.
Beatbox podcast, this is the best you're gonna get. So subscribe. It's free.
Yeah.
It costs you absolutely nothing to do it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there you go.
You could
what's
pay
his
us.
name? What's his name?
Like-
Put a subscribe
Fatty
button right
Muffin.
here. Yeah,
Do you like
put a
the-
subscribe thing here.
Do the biggest YouTube and
yeah.
do a YouTube end card right now.
Like
YouTube
right
end card.
here. In
Hey,
in
guys,
card,
click this.
or- yeah, over here.
Click the button. Click the button. Click it.
All right,
Make it Dean
bro,
loud. Okay.
I know my man Fatty Muffin is cutting out all of this. Now we're going to Yasmin.
Please keep it in for funny. Anyway, the semifinal that we have decided then, which is another crazy battle,
Yasweed versus Saijo.
Yasweed versus Saijo.
Phew. That's fuck. Jeez. I think
GBB
Saijo
champ
takes that one.
versus GBB third. You think Saijo takes that one?
I think Saijo takes that one. Saijo's
Yeah,
so
that's
going
kind
prepared,
of
bro.
where my mind is.
Saijo's so
If we're
prepared.
going through the same reasoning that we went through for the first battle, where Yasweed is not prepared, then yeah, I would think that the Saijo would take it. It depends on what if Yasweed locks in over these next 8 weeks, or if he doesn't, because he's too busy with KBB.
I think Saijo takes this one.
Yeah, I think we think Saijo takes this one. Okay, so
All right, let me hear. There we go. So Saijo is in the final.
Martin Benatti versus my hero.
I'm sorry, Martin.
Yeah, my mind's kind of on my hero.
I don't think I've heard either of them, so
On my way to the pedestal.
But
I like that one.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I haven't heard a lot of Mahito or Martin, but I think that Mahito, from what I have heard, I think that Mahito takes it.
I mean, I'm
For
gonna
this
be the
battle.
sheep. I'm gonna follow you guys.
All right,
I'm
cool.
gonna be a follower.
And then
that-
so the small final is also. Is there a small final? There is, right?
Yes, there's a small
Yeah,
final.
there's a small
That's gonna
final.
be Yasweed versus
Martin
Martin
Benatti.
Benatti. Okay,
Yasweed.
so let's tackle this small final first. Actually,
I
right.
think Yasweed might take it. If he trolls and memes hard enough,
Oh god.
he can do it.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's a small final, so that's what we're pretty much looking for.
The stakes are much lower in this battle. So, I think that if Yasweed does his signature Yasweed thing and he goofs around, maybe horses around,
Mm.
then
a little bit of
he-
dilly-dallying.
maybe a little bit of tomfoolery, then he might take the small final for me.
A little bit of frolicking on stage.
All right, now small final matters way less for this discussion. So shall we move on to the final?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
All right.
final. Saijo versus Mahito.
I'll leave this to you guys.
See,
I think Saijo and Mahito kind of have similar styles. They're both melodic. I think that their signature genres are very different, but I think that overall their styles are similar.
can I say one thing?
Yes.
I think the bracket favors Mahiro big time here.
Why is that?
Him reaching the finals is a little like, to hear you say that Mahiro was in the finals caught me off guard a little bit, because there's, in my opinion, there's a few other loopers that I'd expect to be in that position. But the bracket is so one-sided. I mean, dude, you've got Dice, Saijo, Yasweed, and Who was the other one?
Mahiro
No,
or Mirza?
in the corners. Yeah, Mirza. It was Mirza, Yasweed, Saijo, and Dice on one side of the bracket. That's
So you're saying like, okay, yeah, I get you. So you're saying like the more, all of the like all the like people
Yeah.
who would have been a huge threat if the thing had been switched around, like the meat and potatoes of this competition happens way too early in the competition, is what you're saying.
yes.
Yeah,
And
I
it's-
got you.
Mahito is a good looper, but there's a lot of big fish in this competition, and I do not personally see Mahito as a big fish. He's pretty big though. I mean, he's a good looper. There's some crazy other loopers in this comp, but out of Saijo and Mahito, that's hard, man. Because
It is.
Saijo's really good. And I've never really heard Mahito. Only a few times.
I've heard like his GBB wild card. I'm pretty sure that like I know that at one point the main reason he popped off was because he was doing things on the Mark 1 that no one else had ever done ever, not even BizKit. And that's why he went so crazy. But then now he's switched to the Mark 2, and so now it's still crazy, but it's not as impressive as it would be if he was still doing the Mark 1.
See here, TNK, we've already heard Saijo. Please load up the 2025 wild card for Mahiro.
Okay.
If you could.
How will you do that with his mouth, though?
Thanks.
Loopers always have such cool like settings. Okay, this part's kind of crazy though. But this is inspirational.
right, I take back every word I said earlier, bro.
Bro,
Guys,
GG.
Every word I said. Every
Guys,
word
we
I
might-
said.
We might have been wrong, guys.
Every
we might have been-
word I said.
Right, because look who we have in the finals. Look who we have in the finals. We might have been right, actually. Okay? Like,
Yeah, Mahiro's a big dog. My bad, bro. that's on me. That's on me. That is on me. That is my bad.
bro, how we do that with his mouth, though?
Well, the Mark II is it's very different than the Mark One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I have a Mark II. I don't know how to do that, though. Like, that's crazy.
Hours and hours of like coding your drop basically,
Yeah.
and like setting parameters and shit. I don't even know. I'm getting my Mark II on Tuesday, and then I'm gonna figure all of this out for myself.
Hey, nice.
So-
Tell me everything when you get it and figure it all out. So I
I'll
don't
tell
have
you
to.
what,
That'd be-
if you want to point out how like crazy the skill gap is for that, it took me, I think, almost a year of owning a loop to know how to produce this sound. It took me a year to figure that out. To do an actual bass line. And this dude's doing it like it's a regular Tuesday. Like bro strolling and it's just a regular Tuesday.
That's just Biscuit reference.
Biscuit ain't in this one.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
Okay, well,
Back on
in that
topic.
case, I think we have all unanimously decided that the GBB 2025 Loopstation Talkbox Loopstation Champion is Mahiro from
Mahiro.
Japan.
Hey, GG, small hero. Yeah,
Good
so
luck.
in fourth
luck.
place, Marin Benadi. In third place, Yasweed. Second place, Saijo. First place, my hero. Bro, this is making me want to get into loop finally. I've been saying I will, and I haven't.
Well, now you can go and grind and binge every loop video you've missed.
There
So
goes
many
my
artists.
plans for the next 2 years.
There are so many artists that you haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good loopers out there that like nobody knows.
Mm.
See, I guess you could say same for solo beatboxers. There's some pretty crazy
true.
solo beatboxers out there that nobody knows.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know them.
Just prove the whole thing right, bro. The whole
Yeah.
topic.
But they're
Nobody
there.
knows them.
Like,
Yeah, if you're an
Um,
upcoming solo beatboxer and nobody knows about you, comment down below. Comment down below.
If you think you're an up and here, I got one for you. Shout out to TRC.
Oh
Bro,
yeah,
TRC?
shout out to TRC, bro.
my baby
Shout out to
TRC.
TRC. TRC is absolutely bonkers. Shout out to my boy T3 from Kazakhstan. My absolute goat. Shout out EGU. That's the first group of beatbox friends I ever made. Shout out Python. Shout out Tax. Shout out the boys.
I know Python.
Right.
Yeah.
Python always calls me coolest. Anyway, so I think that about covers it, honestly.
That's
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
That
everything.
was-
That's our predictions. Mahito wins. That's our
Yeah.
predictions.
all right. The Talkbox Loopstation wildcard. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Everyone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching. All right, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you made it this far, like,
You're a
just
real one.
listening to one loop knowledgeable person, one loop person, and one person talk about Loopstation stuff, like,
Hito.
that's crazy. So like, thanks. Next episode will probably be better. We might have Pac Max or something. So
That's crazy. I'm so
If we
excited
can-
for that.
if we can get a hold of him again, Pac Max, if you're watching this, bro, where'd you go? You're in the server. All right, maybe we just need to plan ahead better. All right, well, I don't know how to end it, guys. So just stop recording and we'll be good.
All right. Windows
Thank
key.
you for watching.